Hey everybody, my name is Steven. I'm a homeowner. I live in Madison, Wisconsin on the east side of town, right off Monona Drive by La Follette High School. And I want to tell you a story about my house, about the size of my HVAC equipment, about how I'm all electric here in Madison. This is meant to help homeowners to make you more educated so that you can make better decisions when you drop your hard-earned money on your house or on doing upgrades to your house or on like getting new HVAC or doing the windows or whatever you might do. A little bit of a background. I have a business called Madison Home Performance that does load calculations, energy modeling, home performance testing that might be able to help you with some of these things. But other than that, we don't really have a horse in the race of what you choose to do or what you don't choose to do. This video is just meant to educate you. So take the information and run with it. My house is 2016 conditioned square feet. I've got about 1,000 square feet upstairs and 1,000 square feet downstairs. So we have a simple ranch house. Our house is just a rectangle, okay? When we moved into this house, we had a furnace that put out 80 heat units. I'll call them 80 pieces of popcorn, okay? It turns out, after I did all the upgrades on the house, like insulating walls and adding more insulation up in the attic and air sealing things and doing windows and all this stuff, the new load or the new need, the new demand of my house, how much heat my house actually needed, went to 21. So I had a furnace that put out 80 units of heat. The actual need of the house was 21. My furnace was 4 times too big for my house. So what did I do? Gee, Stephen, you must have just gone out and bought a 21,000 BTU furnace. They don't even make them that small, folks. The smallest one I could buy was a 30, but then they discontinued those. And now the smallest one that I saw was like a 40,000 BTU furnace. Double what I need on like the coldest day of the year. Or next to the coldest day. So, very low load house. I have a low demand for heat. 21,000 BTUs of heat, and I only have, my cooling load is about 12 or 13,000 BTUs. So almost half of my heating load is my cooling load. So very low. So what did I do? I went and I bought what's called a cold climate heat pump. So my heat pump can put out 24,000 BTUs of heat. So my heat pump can pop 24 kernels of heat. My house needs 21 kernels. Okay, so I'm covered there. All right. A cold climate heat pump is all that I have. We had our gas line cut, and we had the meter removed from the house. So now I don't pay any gas fees like the 25 or 30 bucks a month that you guys all pay just to have the access to the service. We don't pay for that. And we are all electric at this house. And as I said before, our bill just this last month in September, I think was $83 for the whole house. And last winter, the highest bill was $175. The year before that, it was $168. That's for the whole house. So now let's talk to people who are having comfort issues in their house or who are about to replace their HVAC equipment because it's like 20 plus years old, okay? And like maybe you're living on borrowed time. I want you to picture your house and like slice it like a cake. So like pretend that we're looking at the side and we can see like some rooms upstairs and some rooms downstairs. Let's personify each room, okay? The master bedroom is a college Big Ten football player. The kids' room upstairs is like a 6-year-old girl. The living room downstairs is, a 60-year-old, 300-pound man. And the bathroom downstairs is, a grandma who's 99 years old, okay? Each of those people represent the room, okay, that they are in. And those people have different appetites. They have different demands for food. The college football player, who maybe he's like a linebacker and he's, 260, he's going to eat way more calories, way more food than, the 99-year-old grandma who's, just sipping smoothies and having crackers, okay? Each room in your house has a different demand, a different need for heating and cooling. Okay? So if not all rooms are the same, like if there's a room in your house that's facing south and it's got a bunch of south and has a bunch of windows in it, and maybe there's some west-facing windows in that room too, that room is going to have a very high cooling demand. It's going to need more cooling in the summertime. If you've got a room on the north side of your house that's got a bunch of windows, that room is going to have a very high heating demand in the winter. So different rooms in your house need different amounts of heating and cooling. Now, how do you know how much heating and cooling each room in the house needs? The only way officially to know that is to do what's called an ACCA, A-C-C-A, Manual J, room by room load calculation. This is the industry standard way that we have to find out how much heating and how much cooling each individual room in my house needs. Okay? That is the only way to do it. We don't come in there and go, oh, you got a 2,000 square foot house. You need about this much equipment. That is an educated guess, folks. That is a guess. Okay? That's not math. We can do the calculation. We can solve the math problem, and we can find out precisely this is how much you need in each room. That is called a Manual J load calc. Okay? It's not a block load. We're not getting the whole house number. We're getting it for each individual room, okay? Now, once we know how much heating and cooling each room in the house needs, then we're going to go and shop for equipment that's going to meet the need that we have, okay? So we only shop for equipment after we know the demand that each room in the house has. Then once we select our equipment, then we go and we do what's called a Manual D duct design, D-U-C-T, okay? What I tell my clients is don't cook it if you can't serve it. So if you're a chef and you're making this great meal for your family, but you're behind, a piece of bulletproof glass and you can't physically get the food from the kitchen to the table, why are you making this great, big, nice meal? They can't eat it. So why are we creating all this heat or moving all this heat, or if we can't distribute the air where we want it to go? AKA, we need to look at the duct system, okay? Manual D is the duct design. So after we figure out how big of a system that we need from the Manual J load calc, then we say, okay, how big do each of my pipe runs need to be to each room so I can deliver the air to the room that the air needs? If I'm trying to get like a ton of air to, the southwest facing room on the first floor, I need to get a lot of cooling there, but I have a duct that's like this big, good luck. You could have the right sized equipment, but if the pipe's too small, that room is always going to be hot. So the distribution system is equally important to having the right size equipment, okay? So you do the Manual J, then you select the equipment, which is the Manual S, and then you do the duct design to make sure that you can get the right size pipe so that you can get the air to the room. Why am I saying all this to you? People who are serious about solving comfort issues that they're having, whether you have a $300,000 house or a $3 million house, this is the accurate industry standard way to get to the bottom of why you're having the comfort issues and how to solve them. If I can tell you this room needs 8,000 BTUs of heat, and then I can go to a register and test how many you're actually getting, I know this is a big part of why you're cold in that room. Now, we could make sure we have proper sized equipment and a distribution system for that room, and we can also make sure that that room is not losing heat or cooling excessively through air sealing and insulation. So we can also look at the building shell to see if that can help us to contain the air better. Anyway, that's all I want to say for right now, folks. Hope this is helpful. Please reach out if you have questions, and thank you for watching.